injury is the reason that he got so big, because he couldn't work out. But he obviously could eat.
Here's Paul. And the Hornets' first 2 points at home this season, appropriately enough, allowing the fans to sit. They come from CP.
Well, it's Chris Paul. He just does whatever's necessary. I guess he wanted the fans not to stand up so much longer. Here's Evans.
Chris Paul's coming back in for Bobby Brown. And this is a bit of a change from most of last season, where Paul would play the entire first quarter and then rest for about half of the second quarter. This is different.
It's different because you got different guards backing him up. They're a lot younger.
Paul went out midway through quarter one, just inside of 6 minutes. And Paul will go to the line, where the Hornets did a nice job in the first quarter, although they only shot 6 of 10. And I think the 10 attempts says a lot.
Well, it does say a lot. I mean, and we talk about the good job, and it's all relative, and they did do a good job. That is no doubt about it. And you talk about Chris is coming in. It's almost like now, and I know you are a big baseball fan and a big baseball man, Chris Paul can almost be your closer now. He was your starter, and he was your long reliever last year, and sometimes that wore him out. But now this year he can come in and be your closer.
He's gonna be like a 19th century pitcher, you know, because he can start and he can close. He can do both. Well, in the history of this franchise, nobody ever has averaged more assists per game, and that's just with the start of his 4th season. I believe that he's so good that number's going to go up.
Really?
Best costumes, yeah, it's part of the Halloween theme tonight.
I came dressed as an announcer. Fooled everybody. They couldn't figure out what I was.
Paul?
You know what?
You do have your pumpkin tie.
Yes, I do.
I appreciate that. You're representing for both of us.
Yes, indeed.
Paul, alley-oop for Wright.
Nobody can do it now but Julian. I know everybody says we're going to miss seeing the alley-oops to other players.
Dropped it home.
And that isn't a rarity. That's something he does with regularity, almost 2 per game.
Foul against the Kings. It is his first block as a B.
Yeah, nobody had a block in their first game, did they?
No. Just among the Wednesday woes. But as Byron Scott goes, but it's not even November. Okay?
No.
You cannot worry about. He goes, this is going to take us a couple of weeks, but he's very confident. It's ugly shot by Evans, and then he compounds the problem by fouling Paul. I'll up the free throw tosses. These will be 17 and 18 and a half. Still 4:01 to go.
2-colored mouthpiece. You think it's almost like for Halloween. It's like he only has half of his teeth. None of that.
We are tied at 49 still as Brockman misses them both. Paul wants to break the deadlock, and he'll have a chance to do so at the free throw line.
Getting back to the foul line, and it's certainly good for the Hornets that they've been getting to the foul line. Watch Chris Paul change gears. He changed gears right there, lulled the defender into just a little bit of hesitation, and then left it.
I think John Brockman, the rookie out of Washington, at the free throw line tonight, 6 out of 7, making the second of 2 to break the deadlock.
The ball moves around, he's got to knock him down.
Lowe is 1 out of 5 in his 14 minutes on the floor tonight. That was a 2-ball, his only converted basket. They'll get another try from Paul to Peterson. That one bottoms out. Misses. Mason slow in getting up. But check that. Jason Thompson slow in getting up. And the Hornets answer on the other end.
Well, West had the second block in that sequence, and the defensive intensity turned up a little bit, led to a basket. We need them.
7th point from Martin in the half. And that is the wizardry of Mo Peterson, who's having. West gets it into CP's hands. Very good idea. Very nice finish.
That's quickness right there. That's a fast break. One of the few we've seen tonight for the Hornets.
Bought him about 3 seconds to bring it across. 4 on the clock. 3 on the clock. CP for 3. Bottom.
Good shot.
1.1 second left. Udrich at the 3/4 court. He looked like it was on line, but short. And the third quarter comes to a close. The Hornets down 3. as the battle continues underneath. Julian Wright looking better with his jumper, but one of the best in the business on the other side. Can CP3 lead the Hornets in a come-from-behind home opening victory? Right with Okafor, option low post with West, and now Peja up top. Who will they go to? 8 seconds remaining. Halfway through the fourth. Paul pull-up. Got it. Pretty good option.
Yeah, I mean, if you can call your own number from time to time and you're Chris Paul, you should do so.
We have our 13th tie of the ball game. Strong dribble drive. Hits the deck, no whistle, and no basket. Here comes CP. And he'll head to the line.
And we talked about pushing it quicker. We showed you, or we pointed out how when Bobby Brown got it, he never pushed it like Chris Paul did. Now, I'm not saying he's Chris Paul, but you got to push the ball quickly to get the defense off balance. Watch Chris Paul push it. He's not giving them a chance to make up their mind on who's going to do what. He's putting whoever's back there in peril, making them have to guard Chris Paul.
Paul to the line where he's 7 out of 8. Hornets 19 for 25 this evening. Make it 20 for 26. Remember, they only shot the ball 59% at the free throw line against San Antonio. That was the first free throw attempt of the quarter for the Hornets. Evans out of Memphis. Here's Paul. Turns it on. Hornets retake the lead.
I'm going to hear a lot of stuff from my son because I told him Evans couldn't play.
Needed Trey to tie. Paul, blow by, off the dribble drive. How about the old-fashioned three-point play?
He's hurt, though. He's hurt. He got hit pretty hard.
Below the belt, I believe.
Something like that. But you watch as he turns his body. Gets the right leg. Think of Nocioni. Was it Nocione's leg?
They gave it to Brockman.
They gave it to Brockman.
This is fourth.
He looks to be okay. You always hold your breath when Chris Paul falls or something, you know.
Paul's 15th point of the half. His 16th ties the game at 91, and a 20-second timeout has been taken by Paul Westphal. West has it! They got the defensive stop! And the foul with 5.9 seconds remaining.
But Julian Wright, I believe, blocked Evans' shot. I don't think it slipped out of his hands. I think.
Unfortunately, even if Paul hits both, Sacramento would have one more chance with 5.9 seconds left. They have one timeout remaining, does Sacramento, likely to take it to get the ball at half court.
Well, it's interesting that they allowed Tariq Evans to go one-on-one and not look for Martin or Nocioni.
A lot of confidence in the 20-year-old, huh? Paul hit the first free throw. He is 11 of 12 at the line. He has a game-high 28 points. One more coming. Intensity from head coach Byron Scott. Pass to Martin. Turns, fades, fires, and is blocked again! Another defensive stop for the Hornets.
Was that Julian Wright? Once more, was that Okafor? What a great back-to-back defensive effort by the Hornets. You're going in the corner because Martin is your jump shooter, and the big man, Emeka Okafor, covers tremendous amounts of territory to get the block on Kevin Martin's three.
The third block of the ball game for Emeka Okafor, who had that incredible stick back of a Chris Paul miss earlier this quarter. And the Hornets extend their lead to 4, tying their largest lead of the night. It doesn't feel like it, but
no,
it is.
But how about Okafor getting in on the offensive rebound stick back? He and Julian, the first block inside on Evans, and then the block in the corner. Welcome to New Orleans, man. Welcome, Okafor.
Nocioni at the buzzer, no good, wouldn't have mattered. And the fans now can stand, they can remain on their feet and celebrate the Hornets' 5th consecutive home opening victory. Their first win of the 09-2010 season.